take a deep breath in and then out. So have this moment just before we come into our practice, just to recharge, reset and rethink. Settling through our mind, preparing for the day ahead. So breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Create an evenly paced breath. So as you breathe in, you could almost go with a count of 3, and then breathe out with a count of 3. And then with your next in-breath, lift up your arms, press into your palms, and then breathe out, let your hands fall through the center. And then again, deep breath in to rise up and lengthen the spine. Breathe out, allow the hands to fall through the heart spine. 2 more. Just create these cleansing breaths. Placing the hands then behind you. Lengthen up the spine just a little bit more and turn your head to one side. Come back to the center. And then the other side. Come back to the center. Take a little rotation as you take one hand to the outside of the leg. And then go the other way. So just smoothly moving through the waist, keeping the chest up, drawing the shoulders down. Couple more each side, so we can just breathe out to come across. Breathe in to lift the chest open through that side. Breathe out to come across. Inhale, exhale, 1 more each side. And then allowing the hands just to cup around the knees. Tuck the tail, rounding your back, tuck the chin and look down. And then breathe in to lengthen back up and open through the heart. So again, tuck the tail, mobilizing the spine, rounding through the spine. And then inhale, lengthen back up. Good, 2 more. Just relax the shoulders, find that mobility in the spine. And then roll the shoulders. 2 more here. Placing the hands down and just come into all fours. So here, in all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and just rock forwards and back. Good. Keeping the shoulders drawn down, there's a gentle connection through the abdomen. Take a breath in, and then a breath out, keeping the length in your spine. And then this time, sit back into your heels, take the arms forward and the chest down. If you wish, you can go wider in the knees, settle into this child's pose, and just breathe. You can shift side to side just to ease through it. And then with your next in-breath, bring your body weight forward again, the knees in slightly, and rock forwards and back like before. Drawing the shoulders back, 2 more. And then sitting back into the child's pose. This time, take both arms around to your left and cross the right arm over the left, finding a little bit more of a stretch in the right side of your back. Then taking the arms to the other side, the left arm comes over the right. Bringing the arms back round towards the center or in front of your body. And then coming back up into all fours. Let's find our cat-cow. So tuck the tail under, arching your back up as you exhale. And then inhale, lengthen through the spine and just let the chest shine through. So breathe out, tuck the tail, arching up. Inhale, lengthen out, draw the shoulders back and look up. Just a couple more here, gently drawing up and in through the belly. Breathing in to lengthen out and open through the chest. One more time, arching up. And then lengthening out. Holding it here with the shoulders drawing back and down. Take another breath in as you rock forwards. And then a breath out to rock back. Just moving through, keeping the belly button in. 2 more. Tipping forward slightly, easing back, but then this time we're going to come forwards on your in-breath, and then on your out-breath, bend the elbows and lower down. And then inhale, draw up through the chest, roll the shoulders back, and then exhale up onto the knees and back into your heels. So moving through the body a bit more. Take a breath in, glide forwards. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower down. Inhale, draw up, roll the shoulders, find a little squeeze in the bottom. Exhale onto your knees and back into your heels. So just a few more here, moving through this, working into the upper body a little bit. Drawing up, belly in tight, shoulders back, squeeze the bottom. Push back into the heels. Moving with your breath. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, draw up through the chest, roll shoulders back. Exhale, push back, and we'll do 1 more. And then sit back into the heels. Good. Holding it here in the pose of the child for 4 more breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. And with your next out breath, tuck the toes, push up into a downward facing dog and look into your thighs. Feel the length in your legs, the spine and the arms. Settle in, allowing the heels to go towards the mat. Feel the length in the back of your legs. See if you can get your chest just to mount through your shoulders as you look at your thighs. Then come into some foot pedals. Let one heel lower, the other knee bend, and keep just shifting through. Alternate foot, letting the heels go down and up. Maybe noticing the back of the lower leg a little bit more here. So a couple more on each side. And then we can try and press both heels a bit closer to the mat if you can. Lengthening and holding this downward facing dog for 3 more breaths. Then we can bend both knees and walk the feet forwards towards the hands. Come into a forward fold. Let the head and the hands just hang. Chest towards your thighs. Have a softness about the knees if you prefer. And just notice again the back of the legs, pressing the heels into the floor. From here we then bend the knees, take a breath in and rise up, lift up and look up. Press the palms together above you. Lift your chest, squeeze your bottom and just find a little back bend up here. Holding for 3 more breaths and we prepare for our sun salutations. So with your next out breath, fold over and come down. Hands towards the mat, soften the knees. Take a breath in and let your hands find your shins and lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, lower down, hands towards the floor, bend the knees. Good, breathe in as your right leg steps back, and then lower down the knee and lift up the arms, opening the front body. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor. We're going to step back into a downward facing dog. Looking at the thighs, let's hold for 3 breaths. And on your next in-breath, glide forward to high plank. Bring the knees to the floor, bend the elbows and lower down. Inhale, draw up, roll the shoulders back, find a squeeze of your bottom. And then tuck the toes, lift your hips back into that downward dog, holding again for 3 more breaths. So with the bend of the knees, we breathe in as your right foot steps forward this time, placing the back knee down. Let's lift up through the arms, the chest, and open the front body. Bringing the hands down, we then step on in to fold. Bringing the hands to the shins, flat back, extend, just like we began. And then fold back down, bending the knees, take a breath in and rise. Looking up, so we can then bring the hands behind, open the chest, and draw the shoulders back. So let's go for the other side. Take a breath in, lift up. Exhale, fold, come down. Inhale, bring the hands to your shins, flat back. Exhale, fold back down. This time, the left foot steps back, lunge. Place the back knee down and a breath in lifts us up to look up. Bringing the hands down, we step back into a downward facing dog. Hold here for 3 breaths. Spread the weight evenly through the hands and look into your thighs. Then on an in-breath, glide forward to high plank, drawing the tummy in. Lower the knees, bend the elbows, lower it down, and then inhale again as we rise up, rolling the shoulders back. Find the knees, the toes, lift the hips. 3 breaths holds us here again into the downward facing dog. And with your next in-breath, we can step forward with your left foot. Place the other knee down and lift up here to open and look up. Bringing the hands down, step on into fold. And then here, allow the hands to come to your shins, flat back, extend. Exhale, fold back down. With a bend of the knees, we rise on up, reach up and look up. Good, bring the hands behind you, open the chest, and we're going to go through that sequence. 1 more on each side, but a little bit more of a flow, less holding. So take a breath in, work through each breath. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back, shoulders back, hips back. Breathe out, fold back down, soften the knees, and on an in-breath, the right leg steps back. Take the knee to the floor, and then rise up, open up, look up. Bringing the hands down, we step back into a downward facing dog, holding just for 1 breath now, so we can glide straight into our high plank option. The knees find the floor like before, or we lower into chaturanga and drawing up straight through, maybe into our upward facing dog, lifting the thighs. Tuck toes, lift the hips, look back into your legs, and with a bend of the knees, the right foot comes through again to lunge. The back knee comes down, and on an in-breath, we lift up once again, rise. Hands down, the back foot steps in, let's fold. Bring the hands to the shins and hold. And then back down again. Take a bend of the knees, inhale, rise, reach. Bring the hands behind, open the chest, and we prepare for 1 more round. Take a breath in, lift. Exhale, fold. Hands for shins, lengthen the spine. And fall back down again. So this time, the left foot steps back, Place the knee down. On an in-breath, we rise and open through the front body. Look up. Hands down. Step back into your downward facing dog. High hips, chest towards your thighs. And with the belly in tight, we glide forward to high plank. Remember, you can put your knees down here if you prefer, as we bend the elbows to lower down. Then draw up through the chest, roll the shoulders back, pull up the thighs if you can. Tuck toes, lift the hips, downward dog, looking back into those legs, and with a bend of the knee, the left foot comes forward again. The back knee lowers so that we can lift up and rise through the chest and the eyes. Hands down, step into fold, hands to shins, lengthen the spine, fold back down, take a deep breath in as you bend the knees, we rise, reach, look up and hold. Bring the hands behind, open the chest, draw the shoulders back and lift the chest. And then just release the arms. So turning wide feet into warrior two. Your right foot faces forward, the left foot turns out and bend the left knee. Good. So let the arms come out, soften the shoulders, and we can check. The feet are wide, so the toes are pretty much underneath the fingers. This knee should be out, we should see the big toe. So turn that knee out if you can't see your big toe. Think about the alignment. Squeeze your bottom. The hips are open. Tummy in, take a breath in. Exhale, let's see if we can get the tailbone down as we go deeper. So we go down, but not across, not yet. Good. Then on an in-breath, lift the arms, press the palms and look up. Soften the shoulders up there and keep the chest up. Hold. Focus on your breath. Feel that breath, that easy breath. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Let it settle you into the pose. As you exhale, let the arms come out wide again. Breathe in, shift across to extend. Bring the forearm to the thigh and open. Side angle pose. We have length from the heel to the fingertip. Hold it here. See if you can just turn the waist, lift your head and look up past the armpit. Now can you bend that left knee a little bit more? Really lengthening out of the right leg. Squeeze the bottom and hold. Staying here strong in those legs. Can we take the arm back to wrap around your body? Draw the shoulder back. Holding here. If it's available, can we touch the floor? Option, of course, you don't have to. Keeping the chest up wherever you go with it. So if we find ourselves falling forward, just come back here instead. Settling into those legs. 3 more breaths. Lengthening the legs, reaching up, keep the legs long, lengthen up, look up and hold, soften the shoulders, deep breaths. And then release. Let's change sides, left foot forward, right foot out, so switch the legs. Come into warrior two. Bend the right knee. Remember, want to check this knee is out, you should see your big toe. Arms are wide. Fingers slightly above the toes. Soften the shoulders. Hold. Squeeze the bottom, it keeps your hips open, stable in this position. Then lift the arms. Look up and hold. Soften the shoulders and lift your chest. Can you go lower, deeper in your hold? Focus on your breath, that easy breath, remember. Evenly paced breath. And with your next out breath, the arms come wide again. Take a breath in, ease across to extend, forearm to thigh, side angle pose. Feel length from the heel to the fingertip. Can we drop through the hip a little bit more? But keep your chest up and open. Bending that right knee a lot. Looking forward. Soften through the shoulders. Continue with your breath. So let's see if we can take this arm around to wrap. Maybe the hand comes into the underside of the waist. Maybe it actually is able to reach on that thigh. See how you find it. Draw the shoulder back. Come down a bit more if you can. Holding strong in both legs. Pulling up through the left thigh. Coming deep into the right one. If it's available, can we touch the floor? Or just stay where you are with your arm on your thigh. Keep the chest up. Settle into those legs. Strong into those legs. Couple more breaths. As you inhale, lengthen up, straighten the legs. Keep the legs long. Reach up, look up, and press into the hands. Hold. Really lift the chest. Lengthen the spine. And breathe. And then allow the hands to come down. Turn both feet to face forward. We're coming to a wide leg fold. So we tip from the hip and then come forward and down. If you prefer to keep the hands on your hips, fine, or even on your thighs, but otherwise can we touch the floor? See how you find it and where you can go. Pressing into the heels, into the outside of each foot. Maybe we can lower the chest so you're looking through the legs. But remember, go to your range of movement. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, can you go a little bit deeper and just hold wherever you are for 4 more breaths. And then when you're ready, take a bend at the knee and come on up. Good. Okay, keeping the legs long. Turning your right foot out. Let's find our triangle. Arms out. Tip across. And then down. Turn the waist. Look up or down. Please, if you need to bend the right knee, you can. Just hold it there. Feel that left hip left. And with your next in-breath, bend that knee and rise up, look up. Soften the shoulders. And see if you can slide down the back leg. And straighten your legs, take the arms wide and come across again. Tip across and down into triangle. Remember, bend that right knee if you prefer. And then as you inhale, rise up to Sun Warrior, look up and hold. And then release. Let's change sides. Bring the right foot forward, the left foot out, but keep the legs long. Arms out. So we tip to your left as if you're lifting through the right hip. Come across. And then down. Turn the waist, look up or down. And let me if you need to. And then rise up, lift up and look up. Look to the top hand. So one more of each. Go wide in the arms, long in the legs, soften the shoulders. And tip. Ease down and across. Feel the length in the waist as well as the legs. And with an in-breath we rise. Some warrior. Looking up, reaching up. And hold. And then release. Good. From here, bringing the feet in. Shaking out the legs. We'll find a little balance. So let's start with eagle pose. We're going to bring the right foot around the left. You can have the toes tapped down or the foot lifted. Come down into those legs, so bend the knees. Then with the arms wide, take the right arm under and link the hands. Squeeze your legs together. Come a little deeper if you can. And then, can you take your hands and forearms forward? Look down into your forearms and you may find a little bit of a stretch across the upper back. Settle into your pose. Soften your gaze and find your balance. 3 more breaths. And then as you breathe in, we open out into star, spreading out. Good. Opening through the front body. Being 4 corners here. Holding for 3 more breaths. And when you're ready, release. Prepare for the other side. So, left foot wraps around the right. Could be different from one side to the other. Let's see how it goes. Remember, you can have your foot tapped down or wrapped around, and we sink down into the legs. Arms out. Then left arm under the right. Link the hands wherever you can. Settle down. Good. So bend the knees into it if you can. And when you're ready, let the arms fall forward. Tuck your chin, look down. And hold. Just a few more breaths. And with your next in-breath, open out into the star. There you are. Ooh, steady. Good. Ooh, it's okay to tap down. Here, we step down and come into dancer's pose. We're going to take your right foot in your right hand. Have your hand to the inside and your thumb on your big toe. Reach up. Option to always stay here. Or we're going to tip forward, turn your palm up to look to the hand, and try and push your foot into the hand behind you. Soften your gaze into that hand. Settle your mind. Notice your breath. And hold. It's a great hip opening balance. 2 more breaths. Again, could be quite different from the other side. I'll show you from the side. Take hold of the foot, thumb on big toe. Reach up, tip forward, look forward and try and press your foot into the hand behind you. Soften your gaze into that front hand. Steady yourself. Just hold for 3 more breaths. And then step down. Take a deep breath here. Reach up, look up. And just settle here. Tadasana through our mountain pose. And then exhale, fold down. Come into this forward fold, let the head and the hands hang, and breathe. Now take your feet a little wider, turn your toes out, and we can come down into a wide squat. And we can just shift a little bit side to side, settle into the hips. Now, we can stay here, okay, or if you can, we go deeper into our Hindu squat. If that's not for everybody, it's fine. You can just stay in your deep squat. But coming down lower into the hips, if you can. Going wider in the feet often helps. Now lift your chest, draw the shoulders back. Lengthen your spine, add a little tuck of the tail. And breathe. Nourishing into the hips. Admittedly, an acquired taste. Just settle in. 3 more breaths, wherever you are. Lift the chest, eyes forward. When you're ready, bring the hands to the floor or just come down onto your mat as you can. Let your legs come across, settle, breathe, relax. Now, we can be here cross-legged with your right foot in front, or if you can, bring your right foot on top, modified half lotus. Take a breath in. And then exhale, tip forward to fold. You can bring the forearms to the floor, but don't worry if you can't, just go where you can. Allow your body to come forward, keeping your knees wide. And breathe. And bringing your hands back in, lift your chest. With your left hand on the floor, reach up, come over, pressing your right buttock into the mat. Feel a little bit of an opening there through the right side. Keeping that right knee wide and down. And with your next out breath, fold over your left leg. Just a couple more breaths here. Gently coming back up. And we're going to uncross those legs and cross them the other way. So your left foot is in front or on top. You choose. Yeah. Knees wide. Bottom glued to the mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, tip forward, fold. Settle down, find your place and breathe. Keeping the knees wide. Breath even. Trying to settle the body. Couple more breaths. And then we can bring the hands back in. With the right hand on the floor beside you, lift up your left arm. Keep the left knee wide. The buttocks on the floor. And then As you breathe out, fold over that right thigh. And slowly bring your hands back in, lifting your chest, and we prepare to come down onto our back. So here, tuck your tail, ease your way down, bringing your body to the floor. Let the arms come out wide and bring your feet here, hip width apart. Good. Okay, so heels in line with the sit bones. We're going to lift into bridge pose. Squeeze the bottom, lift your hips and hold. Allow the hands now to come underneath you, to lock your hands. Press your hands down towards your heels. Keep the hips up, the belly button in, and if it's available, lift your heels, come onto the balls of your feet. We hold our bridge pose, staying aware of our breath, continuing with a gentle drawing in of the belly, and the butt squeeze to hold us here for 5 more breaths. Gently lower the heels, release the arms, bring your body down, settle back into the mat, and then hug your knees to your chest with your knees in. Take them wide, and then see if you can reach your feet with your hands, either from the outside or the inside of the foot into a happy baby's pose. Very gently now, rock side to side. With the chin tucked, the tail tucked, there's length in the spine from one end to the other. So let this nourish your spine. Mobilize your spine. Just settle into your spine. When you're ready, place one foot down at a time. Bring your feet together, the knees together, the arms out wide. Take a breath in and a breath out. And with your next in-breath, let the knees fall to your left and look down the right arm, holding it there. Slowly take the legs to the other side, so you can look down the other arm, keeping your shoulder blades on the floor. Then allowing your legs to come back to the center. And find a comfortable place. You might want the knees in towards each other. You might want the legs out straight, or even with your knees to one side as before. Just settle here for a few moments now. Allow your body to settle into its space and become aware of each part of your body that's in touch with the floor. Almost like an internal checklist. As you notice, the back of the head is lightly on the floor, the shoulder blades. We lie within the curves of your spine, and then hands may have fallen just into their natural curl. With your bottom glued to the mat, there's length from the hips as the legs draw down the mat, and you may allow your feet to turn out a little, accepting that openness of the hips. So just take a few moments here, just to be with yourself. Take a few moments to notice your breath. But appreciate this is a resting pose, not a sleeping pose. So we stay aware that we're settled. this moment to breathe and to be. Ready, just bend your knees if they're not already. Bring the feet back to the floor. Come into some pelvic tilts. Just let your lower back come into the mat and gently away. It's finding movement through the lower back, but in a calm and settled way. 2 more. Here, allow your legs to fall to one side. Bringing your hands around to the floor, just so that we can use our arms to gradually bring ourselves up to seated. Find a comfortable place that feels right for you right now. Take a deep breath in. And then out, opening through your heart. Good. Breathing in through the nose, out from the mouth. Bring the hands behind you, we lengthen up through the spine, lift your chest, take a little turn of the head to one side. Come back to center and turn your head the other way. Come back to center. With another breath in, we lift up and press the palms together. On an out breath, we bring the hands down through the heart's line, settling at the heart center, and just hold it there. Just a couple more breaths, just to settle in. And with your next out breath, you take a little bow and give thanks for our practice this morning. Thank you very much.